All right, family, it's Shay Seeking, and we're back. Let's go ahead and continue this. I think this is the last one in this text for now, and we're going to go ahead and move on. So, again, this is just looking like this is some stuff that is basically telling us as to what to expect, maybe. I don't even think we really read real chapters. I think these little things mean that these are just giving different points. But again, maybe if you guys want to decide if you want to watch it, or if some of these terms or some of these examples here, um, you know, help you find something that might be a little bit deeper. Okay, so oh, looks like we're still in 22. Barbarism illustrated. Large areas of the world still dominated by barbarism, a filthiness of barbaric life. Hmm. Examples of Hottentots. Now, I've read something somewhere again. That I'm not saying that I automatically believe this, but Hottentots and another group, Negritos, I think they said were the origins of a lot of different groups and different places. Um, and who knows? Okay, but these are some of the oldest. Okay, and I think one of them is a shorter, maybe the Negritos, and the Hottentots are one of the oldest. Okay, that are of a regular stature. Okay. Savages bathe for pleasure rather than purification. Again, I don't know right away because anytime we're talking about bathing or water or washing yourself, making yourself clean, or any kind of whitening, or there was like pears, I think, soap. And so many ads and articles that maybe I'll share with you guys sometimes that I found that have foreigners trying to wash the black off of people. I mean, so it's more of a derogatory kind of thing or whatever. If you look at it today, offensive. But again, same thing goes with when we're talking about the Bible. So the Bible doesn't get a pass for me because after really looking into these texts with a non-bias, okay, without being biased, um, or religious or anything like that. I see the same thing when we're talking about Jesus and anyone else that is telling people that they need to wash themselves to get clean or they need to bathe before they can get into heaven. That just basically mean or sacrificing your first son. Because again, most of the time, the first son of these people were Aboriginal people until they started to reproduce or to be bred with other groups. And so again, um, uh, when it's saying that savages bathe for pleasure rather than purification. I mean, I don't know because again, there are theories and things said that um, what is purification? Okay, so just making yourself holy or pure, or even when you look at what is the term? Uh, shoot, I think it was holy, and something else that it doesn't white. I think it was white. It was white. That said that it doesn't necessarily mean white. Finding out so many things about just black, white, colors, things like this. Again, from assistance from people, like I said, in the group. Um, so I'm always like kind of like when I want to say something, I have to kind of like check myself real quick. But sometimes I still use the terms because again, everybody doesn't or won't know what I'm talking about. So yeah, to make yourself pure or white, in my eyes, what I was picking up is it doesn't necessarily mean um, that color, okay? That it has something to do with something being pure. Either it's pure on the darker spectrum in the hair. So just think about it like this: Aboriginals or original people in their natural status and habitat, okay, with their natural skin tone and hair and structure and everything, where it had not been um, they had not been changed. Okay. And then when you look at a so-called white person, and they are at that level of pigment that they are, where it's uh, and their hair texture is now, because again, we can look back at the 60s and 70s and see, even before that, that a lot of so-called white people, even in other parts of the world, in America, they'll fool you with a lot of these images of women back in like Victorian age, and try to make you think that they were all white or light skinned, because they weren't really using color in a lot of these images. But again, it's not that way. Okay. You can tell that some of these people actually still had afros, like I'm saying. A lot of so called white folks, or different grades of white folks, or foreigners, or whatever, um, uh, still had afro hair. Like I said, in the 60s, Native Americans as well. Okay. So, again, after the mixing so many different generations, then you get what you would have today. Um, Again, and then sometimes after the 90s, comes from a flat iron or something. But again, after so many different generations, it's wholly pure. So what I'm saying is, pure doesn't necessarily just mean clear or white or like that. It just means at its original, for darker pigmented people. It just means it's a heavier uh, presence in the darkness of the skin. And for so-called white people, it would be getting to the point where, maybe even blonde hair, blue eyes, maybe even, like I said, not so much of that, I guess, but so much of the hair texture being very straight, and the skin being very uh, pale, can we say? Okay. Because when we use the term black, you get pale there. So it's kind of tricky. So, anyhow, sorry about that. So, where were we even at? Savages bathe for pleasure. But we do see a lot of images, again, depending on who they're calling savages at this point in time, that were just having like completely dug out baths, dug out of like hot springs or whatever, dug out in the dirt, okay? And they just there chilling. You understand? So, you know what I'm saying? I can see that. I mean, was there such thing as a swimming pool? Was that just like the invention of swimming pools, just to have leisure time and just chill in the bath? But I mean, not to say that they probably didn't clean themselves, I wouldn't think. Okay, if these same savages are the ones that taught other people that came here that supposedly didn't know how to clean themselves, how to clean themselves. So again, and then that, what I broke off to say was, that reminds me of a lot of images that we see of what one may say would be Moors. Again, that's just what it says in some of the titles of the images, that have these brothels full with European or Caucasian women. Okay, all sometimes all doped up, sometimes doing some off the wall acts and whatnot. But again, savages bathe for pleasure, rather than purification. So again, that's making me think of those darker view people that you usually see with turbans. Um, I don't know if I even see Iberian, or something like that, or even Berber. Okay, that okay, that they say they so-called love these particular types of women. And the women that you see that of a darker hue are usually being handmaids to those particular women. Do you see what I'm saying? Um, in some of the readings and the historic images that I've run across. Okay. So also that makes me think that they just are doing it for fun. They just like to be with these particular women, and they just kicking it out. You know what I'm saying? uh, with these particular type of women. Okay. So again, that to me can mean that, or it can also mean that they're bathing themselves, or washing themselves, or cleaning themselves, or purifying themselves to make something pure again, um, for fun. Okay, rather than to get closer to particular gods, or to get in a certain stance. They just like these women, and they just want to have them. Okay, so sorry, that's my chair. So it says filth in food supplements, filth in personal habits. So again, what is filth? I don't know. I don't think that they're talking about their food, because it didn't look like these people were eating filthy food. It looks like they have fruit and vegetables and fresh things and things like that. So again, when we're talking about food, we can also look that up in etymology. And to me, it always reminds me of consumption, especially to consume, because even in the Bible it says that that a particular God made these people for food. So again, I don't think He made them to be eaten. Some people may go that far, and some people may have been even cannibalism. Also means alternatively to me, I feel like we're talking about people uh, that slaughter other people because um, or consume them in a different way, um, because they didn't agree, like we read before earlier here, that they didn't agree with the way that things were going. Okay, so again, it's just to each his own. So, filth in food supplements, filth in personal habits. Okay. So, ugly, basically, personalities, or the things that they did. Um, did they do horrific things to other people? I don't know. Just saying. I don't know what one will be using a sword for all the time. It just don't seem like a weapon that you would just use if you want to just kill some food or something. But that may be what they was doing. I don't know. So, Australians, an example of degraded savagery. Okay, feeding as the beasts. Okay, so they're consuming or eating or taking something in. Okay, as the beast. Okay, a well carnival. The Vedas. Okay, also exemplify the grossness of barbaric life. um, Marriage customs and domestic code of the Vedas. Now, also, I've looked into a lot about the Vedas. We won't get into it now. Um, but there is something about the Vedas structures or their buildings, again, that intrigue me and make me also think about the caste system, or also think about some type of something, because I believe that these are the people that they said, they had these like pyramid, or they look like the tops of pyramids, and they said that they used to travel all over the place flying in these things. They could have, I don't know. Me, I haven't seen it, and don't mean that I have to see it for it to be what it is. But I'm just wondering if that can also be something symbolic, meaning that they moved about conquering and throwing people into a caste system. Like we can tell that that has happened historically. Okay, so also exemplify the grossness of barbaric life, marriage customs and domestic code of the Vedas, debased condition of the and oh, I was about to say Adaman. So the Andaman, okay. Now these again, what do the Vedas have to do with these? Even I think it's called Andaman Islanders. Um, oh, there it is. Yeah, but I thought it was Adam. All this time I thought it was Adaman. But it's Andaman. On, hmm, on, damn. Hmm. Filthiness of personal habits. Again, okay, okay, wait a minute. Debased condition of these people. And I think these are some of the supposedly uncontacted tribes that will kill you if you try to come up to their stuff. So who knows? I don't know. And look at where they are right now still, and they seem to not want to go anywhere and not want people to come to them. And I don't know. That's just an example, I feel, of if this is true, that these people are uncontacted, of some people that are preserved for some other type of reason. I don't know. Okay, so filthiness of personal habits, uh uses of the dead. Okay, So again, uses of the dead. And again, I don't know if this is dead by law or what. Hmm. Low estate. Again, this is talking about a low caste. Again, um, sorry, I thought I heard something upstairs. Um, of the Tasmanians, use and preservation of fire, moral ideas and religious obligations amongst barbarians. Okay, characters of the Pele. Come on, I'm telling y'all, I'm about to get so irritated with this. Pelagian blacks. Okay, or sea Negroes. I wonder if this is talking about the oceanic groups. I don't know. Building and furnishing of the Fijians, making the management of boats, tools, and pottery, open and astounding cannibalism of the Fijians. Okay. Um, Barbarism, um, illustrated from native races of America. Races features of Race features of our Aborigine denote Asiatic origin. So let's see. Let's see about this. Mm-mm. Okay, let's see. Denote 590. Again, are we in the fifth day? Mark off from others. Now, hold on a minute. Because again, this is right away making me think about the caste system and how I show it to you guys all the time. I just don't have it pulled up now and I don't want to waste your time doing so. But because you can do, if you're new, you can do it on your own. The delete or untouchable people at the bottom of the caste system have been taken away or marked off from everyone else. It reminds me, like I said, of blotting a certain group out so they will be at no more existence in the Bible. And this right here is saying mark off. Even this reminded me of the mark of Cain right now, from others. And also, guys, when I know when I'm talking about the Bible, things may go a little bit deeper. But again, the Bible is just a general book. It's easy for me to interpret it. The Bible speaks volumes to me because I've been studying it for so long and looking at it in this way and doing etymology and just doing it over and over again. So again, it I feel like the message is supposed to relay to those who are maybe already thinking certain things about religion and walking away, but again, they may be still reading the book to get an understanding of some things, of how they might have misread some things or something like that, or some things in the book that they didn't know were there that they're finding out are there. Okay. And so, again, they may be thinking this already, but it's nice to hear someone else that may be able to show this because not that many people are going to see it this way. So again, that's what it is. And again, I'm not worried about those people. I'm not worried about not having a huge crowd of people as and subscribers or joining with me right now because I know it's not going to be a huge amount, and I know that the information that I'm giving is just for a few. Okay, so marks off from others, identified by a mark, but the sign or symptom of, denote, mark out, uh, from D completely to mark, note, make a mark. Sorry. Okay, having power to denote. Used loosely in the West to denote erotic spiritualism, tantric. Hmm. Huh. Tantric. Yeah. To note down. See? A back formation. Okay. Let's see. Okay. So, anyhow, Let me hurry up and read this because I need to go make sure of something upstairs. Okay. Race features our Aborigines. Okay, so race features of our Aborigines denote Asiatic origins. Okay, take down or hmm hmm. Summer and winter aspect of, we're gonna say Eskimo. Barbarism. Omnivorous habit and gluttony of the Eskimos. Skills in manufacture and implements and utensils. Manner of harpooning the whale and the seal. Hmm. I don't know. Yeah, and that's what they do, and that's what they eat, and everything like that. But again, I also look at ships as some type of a whale or vessel or something. Um, but again, in this case, I think that that's what they're talking about because that's what they supposedly eat. Songs and musical instruments, amusement of motive, taste of the race in sketching and map making. Um, hmm drawing on bone and ivory, subjects of artwork, weakness of the Eskimo in abstraction, okay, inability to count, degradation attendant upon polygamy and polyandry, okay, weakness of moral nature, a rude humanity, absence of cruelty traceable to the ethnic indifference, present dissertation on barbarism, sorry, no more than a sketch, place of semi-barbarians in the ascending scale of races, philosophy of the semi-barbaric estate of men, class of men, the Tunguses, an example of North Asiatic barbarity. These words are just really tripping me out, and it shouldn't be this hard. Because I think they keep changing it. Semi barbarism of the Moors and Berbers. All ages furnish examples of lowest on the totem pole or in the caste system, human conditions, like extremes in development present in ancient and modern times. Somebody from ancient and modern times. Existing barbarism, both progressive and non progressive, the barbaric life does not reveal its own origin or spread. Hmm. Ancient and current barbarism, uh, differently distributed, civilizations had as crowded savagery out of the better parts of the world. Difference between progressive and non progressive parts of human life. Lowest savagery still present in several parts of the globe. Okay, and these are showing images. Okay, so again, I'm gonna go ahead and stop right here. I think this is it. Yeah, yep. And you guys see the goods, even though it seemed like it's not really, we're not going anywhere. I feel like there's a lot of information in this book. So again, I'm going to go ahead and try to find some of these images. We're going to take a peek at those images, and then I have something, like I said, we need to go back into his story and check out something when it comes to Brazil. So again, thanks a lot for watching, and take care. Don't forget to comment, rate, and subscribe, and don't forget to join us in the Facebook group American Aborigines Unchained for information, more information like this from me and others. Thanks a lot again, and take care.